Good to be Stilly D out here, hanging out for a golden time, about to get grounded with Jimmy Harwood. Jimmy, thank you so much for kicking it with me today. How's the feels on your end?
Bro, thanks for having me. Um, yeah, just chilling in Melbourne, lockdown still.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
How far
that's
to
pretty much it, bro.
how far to the edge are you, man? What's it gonna take before we before it's all over? How close are you to
I
the
don't
edge?
know, man. I don't know. I'm so used to it now. I've gotten used to being in my house doing nothing. Hey,
Right.
unfortunately, but I'm
Whereabouts?
so yeah, I'm keen to get
Whereabouts are you
out.
based at the moment?
I'm in Q East.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. It's a nice little spot. All right. Well, before we get completely grounded into it, I feel like an integral way to, touch base or get grounded is acknowledging the sacred ground that we're on today, that we're streaming and going live from. So I think for us, it's the combination of the Boonwurrung and the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, are the lands that we're residing on at the moment. They were the traditional custodians, not owners of the land, and keeping this in mind is important because I think as a creative, it's very easy to think that you are making these things and it's all yours. But as with creation and land, it's all a shared domain. So I just want to acknowledge that. How do we feel
for
about that
sure,
today?
man. What on? Yeah, we've always got to acknowledge the land we're on, the First Nation people.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, always.
beautiful. Jimmy here brings what I would say to be the ultimate backyard vibes. Master of the house party. It's certainly the lane in which you thrive. Yeah, kind of tell us about what are you missing when it comes to the house party? What are the three things, key things that you're missing right now that you're wishing was happening?
Three things. A lot of my mates put on house like gig parties, man. So I miss the gig parties the most because they're always, you have bands play in the night and then go into heavier bands and then DJs and stuff. That's always a good time. Um,
Yeah.
I miss just seeing people. I think that'd be two. Just
Yeah.
socializing with people. I guess I'm a very social person. Um, and then number three, can it be something I don't miss from the house parties? The big old
Yes.
hangovers, man. The big
Yes.
old hangovers.
True. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been like on the drinking front? And I'm happy to be open about it. I've certainly been drinking a hell of a lot more, probably more than I would be going out, just being on the lockdown. Where are you at with it?
Yeah, I go like up and down, man. Like I'll drink a fair bit, like fairly regularly,
Yeah.
and then like for however long, and then I won't drink for a while. But definitely a bit less than what I usually would when everything's open and I can go see friends and socialize and go to gigs and stuff. But
Right. Right.
yeah, there has been a couple times in lockdown where I have been, I don't know, just drinking because there's nothing else to do, Like
Yeah.
yeah.
You must be pretty thankful that you do have the music thing to do, and somehow you're continuing to make stuff. How do you even find the motivation and the drive to do it? Is it the kind of thing where like if you weren't doing it, you'd be even more crazy, or how are you continuing to make stuff?
Yeah, I'd definitely be going nuts, man. If I've said this to a bunch of people before, like if I didn't have music to do during lockdown, I'd be so fucked. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what I'd be doing. But yeah, getting the motivation. There really isn't that much motivation to be honest. But I'm lucky that I started like last year. Started to produce a bunch of my stuff. Or get my production to a
Mm.
level where I can be happy with songs. So that really changed the game for me because if I didn't get like motivated to write lyrics or whatever, I'll just make a beat, which
Is a different kind of process. It's kind of using some different
yeah,
brain stuff. Cool. How long did it get
and yeah,
you?
I feel like
You go. You go.
I was just gonna say like I put a lot more brain power into my lyrics, I guess you could say a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot heavier on the head than making beats every day, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess you probably put a lot more pressure on yourself as well, to try and get that meaning in there and really squeeze it for all it's worth, eh?
Yeah, exactly, bro. spot on.
how long did it take you to get to the stage where you're comfortable as a producer to kind of, work on your own stuff and it's not just a thing you're dabbling with?
Um, Probably at the end of last year in November, I released an EP that I produced. Um, and I was pretty happy with that. Like now listening to it, there's things I'd tweak and whatnot, but that's always going to be the case with older tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started like in high school. I didn't have a laptop or anything, bro, so I was just using GarageBand on my iPhone, and I bought a little
Perfect.
interface for it. You could plug your guitar and mic in.
Little
So I
iRig
was
thing.
using that for like yeah, yeah. So I was
Yeah.
using that for like 2 years, and then dabbled on GarageBand a little bit for like a year, like on a computer, and then finally got onto Ableton. Um,
Was a lot of this
but yeah, I
self-directed?
still
Like, were you kind of just figuring out yourself, or were there other people kind of helping you along the way, teaching you stuff? Like, was there somebody who was your introduction to Ableton? What was going on?
um, I had like my band they all came from my music class in high school.
Hey,
So they've always like I've always watched them produce and do their thing on the computer. So I always learn a little bit from them. Um, but yeah, and the longer I go from when I started writing, like the more people and producers I'm working with. Even though I'm pretty happy with my production, um, producers have their own little they add their own little twang to it, you know. So I still love working with producers and stuff. Um, who, yeah, as I said before, I watch people do it all the time when I'm in rooms with them. So yeah, learned
any
heaps off them.
any producers you want to mention now that you've learned some things from? Give a little bit of a
Yeah,
shout out.
Dom Cork, shout
Don
out
Cole,
Dom Cork,
Don Core, cool.
Dom Cork, yeah. Eleftherios.
Yes, yes, big
Um,
shout outs.
yeah, man,
God, he's a real
I love that's
worker.
what,
He's a
bro.
he's a workhorse
He's
and a
like,
half. He's plastered over everything, really.
yeah, man. I love his production because it's like he's how do I say it? I feel like he's one of those producers that is almost like the artist, if that makes sense. Like all his beats sound like his beats, whereas he's not. I don't feel like he's not. Well, he doesn't anymore. I don't think of like just someone coming to the studio and him doing exactly what they want to do. If that makes sense. Like
Right. He knows how to take control and the direction and yeah, he kind of he melts himself into the track. I think you're totally right.
yeah, yeah, you can
Yeah.
tell it's his beats. Yeah. Um,
Mm. When did
and
you link up
other
with him actually?
producers. Um, did you listen? I don't know if you heard it. I think yeah, All Corners by New Wave Infinity, that huge
Yeah,
Melbourne
absolutely.
album.
Okay, so that's how you went
Yeah,
through that I guess that period of time where that crew and a bunch of other collaborators made, I guess, an album's worth of dope music.
yeah, man. I just rocked up to the house where everyone was cooking up, and walked into the room. He was cooking up on the laptop.
Yeah.
Sounded sick, and I was like, bro, nice to meet you. Can I chuck some guitar down? I added some guitar. Um, we were like, we definitely need to. We were like connecting, bro. It was like what the fuck? This is just working, man. It's too easy, you know. So we were like, yeah, we got to
Mm.
make some more tunes. And then in January, he rented out a little office space in where was it?
Footscray? Or maybe
Called,
not. Was that
no, it
the
wasn't
one
in
I'm thinking
Footscray. It
about?
was, it's the World Trade Center, bro.
Oh, wow.
'Cause there was
CBD.
no one working there because of COVID and shit. So
Wow.
yeah, he
So
rented out a little room there, and then we just yeah we've cooked up heaps and heaps of tracks since then.
that's wild. That's a great link. Yeah, you guys have put some stuff up on Spotify, right? You got a few tracks that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
kind of released in this time. Cool.
yeah.
How did you get onto the New Wave Infinity crew? What was your kind of connection to them?
Um, I played a gig with them and Elegy for Elegy's album launch, and
Is it LEG
I met
or Ledge? Is it who is it?
Elegy.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, cool,
Elegy.
cool.
Um, but yeah, like I met all the new wave crew there, and then
Was that
just I think I was
2019
talking to
or
yeah, it would have been 2019 for sure. And then yeah, I kept speaking to Tate, aka Reiko or
Yeah, yeah,
Raiko.
yep.
Um, and we're good mates now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then they just invited me.
Cool, cool. Was that your kind of are you born and raised Melbourne? What's your give us a little bit of the origin story. Give us a quick little bio.
Yeah, yeah. I was born in Mansfield, up in the country until
Yep.
I was there till I was about 5. My family were there for yonks beforehand. Then my family moved to Melbourne pretty much.
Okay.
Been here ever since.
All right, so you kind of did most of school and stuff here in Melbourne.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much all of it.
Cool. How did you feel like I mean, when did you kind of hit the stage here in Melbourne and what was the lead up to that and what were you feeling and I guess what happened on that first time that you hit the stage?
I think it was 2016 sometime, like end of 2016 or something,
Yeah, yeah.
pretty sure. Um, I played a bunch of open mics first, just so I could get the hang of, playing in front of people. Like I was playing in little burger joints and stuff.
Perfect.
Um,
Perfect.
and then my first like I guess you could call it a proper one, was just at a pub in Camberwell. Um, and yeah, butchered it a fair bit from my memory, but
Yeah.
it was a good time.
Was that because you were
It was a
drunk
good
or
time.
nervous or all of the above or not prepared?
No, I was yeah, just young man. I was like, I think I just turned 17, so I was, and
Mm,
yeah, just nervous, didn't know what I was doing, that sort of thing, bro. Your first proper show.
yeah. Cool. How long did it take before you kind of felt like not only confident but like enjoyed jamming on stage?
Took a while, man. Like I always loved it, but it was definitely a lot more stressful when I was starting out. But maybe like a year into it, I got because I use a loop pedal when I play solo. So once I got the hang of the
Uh,
loop pedal and knew what I was doing with it and didn't like stress out about what pedal I'm clicking with my foot, I was pretty
right.
sweet. But I can definitely like just before COVID happened, that was definitely like I could play a set very, very comfortably and really enjoy it and embrace it instead of stressing out about fucking up and, you know,
Right. So
doing what I have to do.
you're in quite a sweet spot before it all came down. You had like some momentum and you were confident and liked and could rock your set and then it all got taken away.
It all got taken away, mate.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I guess so. But even in being in lockdown, I keep like every bloody day. I keep listening in my demos. I'm like, I can't wait to play these live. So I feel like
Mm.
I'll come back stronger.
Cool. So that's still the fact that you've got all this stuff to hit the stage back again that keeps you kind of, guess motivated or energized or, kind of
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
continue to
man.
froth at the mouth.
Very keen to play some more gigs again.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's a big question. How do you keep so chill and cool? Like, what is the essence to like, your chill vibes? I'd love to fucking know. And
I don't know.
just before you
I
answer
don't.
that, shout out to Samantha Muffa on the follow. Thank you very much. Jimmy, take it away.
Shout out Samantha. I have no idea, bro. I think I'm
Okay.
just bored. I think I like my parents are super chill, I guess. Um, yeah, I've just always sort of been a chill. I've never really been an intense person, I guess, if that makes sense. And
Okay. So you weren't a big like troublemaker at school or anything, or what's the deal?
no, I wasn't a big troublemaker or anything. Um, I didn't really do much at school, but like the teachers didn't hate me or anything, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't a pain in the ass to them or anything. But
I guess that does make
yeah,
sense if you're not a
just
pain in their ass.
yeah, bro. But yeah, I guess I've always just been chill nature.
Okay. What kind of how would you describe the music that you try to make or that you do make? And
It's a very good question,
I'm not
bro.
talking genres, but it's like what do you and maybe it's not so much trying, but like what happens when you're making music, What's kind of happening?
So it keeps forever changing. When I started writing, I'd sort of just write willy nilly. I wasn't really putting a lot of effort into it, I guess, for the time. But
Okay.
was lacking a lot of the skills that I have these days to write songs. But
What kind of skills are they?
well, just being smart with which lyrics you put in, like which lyrics you put in down. Do the lyrics make sense? And just song structures and stuff like that. Making solid songwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid songwriting ideas.
Okay. And do you think that the only way that you were able to discover that was just by doing it, or was it like a combination of keeping eyes on other people as well? How were you picking up those skills?
Yeah, I think without realizing, like songwriting, if you're a songwriter, your influences are definitely gonna affect your songwriting. It's not, without you even realizing. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, man, yeah. What did you say again? Sorry, I forgot
No,
the
you're fine.
question.
I guess you kind of really answered it, like like how I guess how you got to this point of being like confident with your skill set of the music. Anyway, we can move past it. I
That's
think
it.
I think unless you have caught on the memory train, otherwise I got a segue
I
up your
guess
sleeve.
like
Go for
I
it.
guess like bonking out, pumping out tune after tune after tune. You're definitely gonna pick up on things that work, things that don't, and yeah. I found that like accidents with music are always a game changer for me. Like I'll fuck up a chord, but then the chord that I fucked up, like it sort of sound, it might turn into something really sick without you.
Mm,
Like you wouldn't have done that without fucking up, if that makes sense. So I feel like
right.
happy accidents, yeah,
So I guess
help
like
out a lot.
through that you need to have a bit of trust in the process. Yeah, and I think you're from what I know and can tell, you're really good at jamming and freestyling both like on and off the guitar, that kind of thing. So I guess that's part of it, like having faith in yourself and having those sessions, and sometimes those mistakes can actually be nuggets, eh?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Spot on.
All
Because
right, well,
yeah, the accidents you wouldn't have figured it out if you hadn't have fucked up. So it sort of adds a little level to your songwriting when you find shit like that.
yeah, yeah, that's actually yeah, people who are fearful of mistakes might not always find the nuggets and the magic, the gold.
Exactly, man. That's spot on.
I think a great way to show your gold, your production, is just to let the people hear it. So you've sent me this wondrous track. Do you want to give us a little bit of a breakdown before we share it with the people?
Yeah, bro. I've been working on this for a couple weeks now with my man on production, Gutter Boy, or Kyle Gutterson, aka Gutter Boy.
Hey.
Amazing producer. We had like we've always talked over the years and seen each other at gigs and stuff. But then over lockdown, we've been doing some Discord sessions where he shares his Ableton screen with the sound and stuff. So
Mm.
I was sending him stems, and yeah, bro, this is
This is what we
the
came up
result.
with. Beautiful. So this is going to be a new release. Are we kind of looking at something that's the final stage, or what's happening?
It's definitely not done.
Yep.
Let's get in there. And at low key is probably going to be on my album. Yeah, been cooking up my first album, so I think this is good.
Fuck yeah. Well, here we go. Temperamental, is that right? Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's let him hear it. Temperamental, Jimmy Harwood. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is the way it's going. I know I couldn't change it if I wanted, cause I know this is life. Temperamental, fuck that, bro. I'm heavy footed in this itch until the day that I die. So if I'm gonna raise the bar, gotta hold on to the people that have stuck by. I don't want nothing more, nothing less. I'ma head straight for the clouds, straight for the sky. hard to raise the bar. All the people that are close to me know it. It's funny how I've come so far. Went from a silly kid, ended up a poet. It ain't luck, it ain't luck. You ask why it's ain't love. Trees always come with seeds, bros. For 5 years I give love like peace does. I picture my life in impossible journeys. I took the route I shouldn't, but I took it early. I'm hitching a ride cause I still ain't swerving. Where the fuck's around with my mood, that's for certain. Second guess is hiding in my cupboard. Two gets smoked and gets rid of the clutter. Glad I got to grow up with the older ones. Like my older brothers up in Cairns with you in my mind.
Yeah, bruh.
No, this is the way it's going. I know I couldn't change it if I wanted, cause I know this is life. Temperamental, fuck that, bro. I'm heavy-footed in this itch until the day that I die. So if I'm gonna raise the bar, gotta hold on to the people that have stuck by. I don't want nothing more, nothing less. I'ma head straight for the clouds, straight for the sky. Last life throws you in the deep end. Swim out of it and float while you're seeking. I'm soaking up my youth on the weekends. Balance and act, I hold it down when it's needed. It's been rushing through my veins, desire for bright stage. I've been beginning to fall now, then I let it away. All the damn chalk now, coming out my cage. Nothing's temperamental, seasons always change. No, this is the way it's going. I know I couldn't change it if I wanted, cause I know this is life. Temperamental, fuck that, bro. I'm heavy-footed in this itch until the day that I die. So if I'm gonna raise the bar, gotta hold on to the people that have stuck by. I don't want nothing more, nothing less. I'ma head straight for the clouds, straight for the sky.
Fucking.
I think that's like one of my favorite songs I've made. I think.
That's some powerful
It's a big goal.
stuff, my dude.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, jeez, that's so fucking heartfelt. I feel like you're really good at, making your shit emotive. I don't know if it's just because like you sing it with the feeling and the meaning, or I guess it's a combination of your great like songwriting as well. But quickly, with the silly kid line, you're kind of saying that you've kind of grown up in a little bit. How did you describe your silly kid self? What was it about you that you, in hindsight, think is silly that you've somehow changed?
Oh, I don't know, bro. When I wasn't pissing off the teachers at school, but like, I don't know, as a teenager, fucking smoking weed and drinking and partying and stuff,
Right.
doing silly shit, man.
Right, stuff
Yeah.
that potentially a bit of a distraction.
Yeah, exactly. Potentially.
Exactly, I did say that, because I'm sure some of it adds to the goods, as we all well know. So you got a lot of love here
for
from
sure.
Amelia and Samantha in the chat saying it was impressive. You're getting claps, you're getting red ladies dancing and love hearts and all these kind of things. So yeah,
Thank you.
I love the full lush, sound of the production, the layers both of your vocals and yeah, I don't know, like, is there anything you want to like break down in terms of the song that really stood out for you?
Yeah, there's a lot of what I love about it is it's so acoustic but goes so hard at the same time. It's got like the best of both worlds, it's like every time I've been working on it, man, I'm jumping around my room just like with heaps of energy, but then it
Yes.
strips back to those super acoustic sections, and I think it's got a good contrast. It's like a little bit of a journey, as cliche
Yeah.
as that is, but
Yeah. It has like
I
this
think the
has this
contrast
lull
of it.
about it. Like it kind of lulls you in for a little bit, and then there's like 2 or 3 massive like drops or swells in the song that really you're right, it completely takes you on that journey.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, when I sent Kyle the guitar stems, I don't know if you heard it in the background. It's sort of like a siren. There's like a siren sort of synth thing. It's like,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of layers going on, so it sort of mixes in. But I remember sending Kyle the guitar stem, and then I was like, oh, some keys or something would be nice. And he's like, yeah, no worries. He got up a sound, and then literally pressed like one key, and it was like just the perfect fucking note, bro. It was like, no, 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 no. I was like, bro, that is it. That is the
Wow.
ticket right
It was
there.
kind of like arpeggiated,
Straight away.
ready to go or something.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's like a bend thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really cool when producers know their shit so well that they can kind of take a rough guess and it just ends up being exactly what was needed.
Exactly, man.
Bloody
For
weird.
sure. I find producers that help you out with the songwriting as well is always really good to have a like extra brain there for the project.
Do you feel like a lot of producers are a bit iffy or apprehensive about like giving that kind of knowledge to artists who are the songwriters?
I'm sure some are, for sure. It's just I've just know like with Dom when I'm working with Dom Cork, he's always, especially with my melodies and stuff, he's always got such good tips that I take on board. I can either say, nah, I want to fucking do it this way, but taking his advice on board is always handy because I trust him as a musician and a producer. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I have hopefully a great question for you, Jimmy. The name of the show is Grounded. What keeps you grounded? What keeps you pulled to the earth and engaged?
Music, obviously, all around. That's sort of like I guess my whole life really revolves around that.
Right.
And through the music, all the friends and supportive people that I've surrounded myself with definitely helps keep me grounded. And like finding balance, bro, just balancing everything. I've even just recently set up my Xbox again because I've just been doing music all the time. As much as I love it, it's good to switch it up.
You don't get sick of it, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel like
just balance.
You feel like you found your crew and your team here in Melbourne, because you seem to be well connected and you've done a whole lot of great collaborations. Do you kind of feel like you've found your team in a way?
Like yes, but I don't know if I'd call it like a team. Like once I get a group of people that all connect to each other as well, not just like me going to this producer, me going to them, me going there. If I can like connect a crew together that we can all work as a team, I think that's when I'll probably say I've got a team. But I do have a collection of people, for example, that I was actually meant to go up to a mate's place tomorrow. Obviously COVID cancelled it, but I had a group there was like 12 of us or something, 10 or 12 producers and songwriters to go up to my mate's joint to make my album over a week or two.
Oh, God.
So that I feel like that will be like the thing that glues everyone together, make a big old team.
Cool. Do you think you can do it without the team, or it's kind of essential?
Yeah, I could definitely do it without the team, but I trust and love everything to do with their music connecting to mine, if that makes sense. Like
right. So
all the people that are planning to go to make my album, like they're the people I love writing songs with. So yeah.
Cool. Do you think it's ever going to be? Do you think it's ever going to be what it was? In in terms of going back and performing music here in Melbourne?
Yeah, it's a hard question, man. I feel like eventually it definitely will. I feel like it's just a matter of time. It's just I don't know how long it's gonna take, man. But hopefully next year. I feel like surely by like halfway through next year it'll be pretty back to normal.
I think it is going to take
You'd
that
hope
long,
so.
hey. You know, because I mean,
Yeah.
what'll happen, like things will open up and, you know, it'll be kind of limited and restricted and then, you know, get closed down again. I assume, I imagine, you know, I just get the feeling.
Yeah.
But for it to go back to where you don't have to wear masks and sit down inside and there's not a limit capacity on venues, I feel like that's 6 months or so away.
Yeah, bro. I got super lucky with my single launch in April because I was at
Right.
have you been to the Leadbeater Hotel?
Leadbeater. No, I haven't. Whereabouts?
It's just on the corner of Victoria Street and Church Street.
Okay.
It's a sick venue. But yeah, sold out all the tickets before the gig, and then but people still wanted to come because it was like the capacity of the venue was obviously way smaller.
Yeah.
And we were sound checking and stuff, and I remember the manager just being like, "Hey, bro, if people want to come in and they got $20, like just let them in." So like a heap more people ended up coming in. So I got very,
you're
very
able to
lucky,
go.
I guess, that night. But
Yeah, right. You're able to squeeze a few more in than possibly allowed.
yeah,
Nice. God,
got
I mean, you
super
got to make the most
lucky.
of that shit for sure.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
So, I guess what are you kind of working on now? Are you still trying to work on this album? Or are you going to wait for you know, you and this other bunch to come together to do that, or yeah, what are you going to work on at the moment?
I've got a bunch of music that I'm gonna release over the next over summer. So I got a couple collabs happening. One with Remedy actually. You did an episode with M, didn't you, the other
Yes,
week?
yeah, absolutely. Shout
So I got
outs.
one with shout out to M, and
Cool.
so I've got one with her and Morning Maxwell. It's like a full chill dance track, which is sick. A bit
Hey,
out of my
lane,
usual type of music,
jurisdiction.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was yeah, love making it. So I've got that another collab. Got an EP that I'm going to drop in summer as well, and then I'm probably going to chill and just smash out the album, I reckon, and go from there.
Cool. So EP, couple singles, collabs, leading up to Christmas and stuff. That's nice, man.
Yeah,
God, big ups to you for keeping busy. It's one thing to like, you know, be busy and kind of dabble and jam, but it's another thing to get stuff out, right? You know, bring it all the way to the top, to that like final like 99, 90, 95% where you're like, fucking, I'm just gonna get it out there. It's tough to get it to that spot.
it's a long process, man. Then all the marketing and stuff, like it's a very long process.
Do you try and handle like the socials and marketing yourself, or have anyone else help you out with that? Or
Yeah, I've got a manager.
cool.
But yeah, I do a fair bit of it myself. Yeah.
Is there anything that
But
you?
as I said before we went live, bro, I'm just like wish I could just make music and put it out, you know, instead of all the extra marketing stuff. But it's just how it
Yeah,
is these days. You got to do it.
I guess so. It really does get in the way of things, though. It kind of because it's a weird mood state you'd have to be in to be like, yeah, this is all my shit. Come get it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, spot on.
So with this show, what we normally do is we do two things. We put like a MC or producer on this Photoshop map that I've got, this digital map, and one day this digital map will be produced, or not produced, but turned into something greater, like maybe an interactive map with
Sick.
more artist details. So if you had to put somebody on the map who's like an MC or producer or both, somebody Melbourne local, who would it be? Let's put them on the map, man.
There's so many people, man.
I know, and don't feel any guilt or regret behind your decision.
Yeah,
It's all
no.
fine.
You gotta pick. Yeah. I'll go. Dexter Sheamus. Do you know
Cool.
Dex?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have one of Dexter's tracks. I guess it's a collab track with, I think That Kid Maz and a few others. But yeah, he seems to be an absolute powerhouse with the bars and delivery. Please tell us more about
Yeah,
him.
bro. He's fresh. I met him through Dom Cork.
Right.
He produces bunch of Dex's stuff. We've been kicking it a fair bit, and we may or may not have a single coming out as one of the clubs I was talking about.
Shit.
Um,
Perfect. How did you get onto him?
yeah, he's a legend, man. He's super smooth. Just all like how he goes about things, just smooth motherfucker.
Right. It was Doc Marty was the track, I think. Maybe that wasn't him. I think that's Jordan Dennis I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, all big names. How do you spell Seamus, or what was the last part?
SEAMUS.
Yeah, MUS, that's right. Beautiful. And he produces as well, or just MC? Does it all?
He's mostly a rapper, yeah, mostly MC.
Cool. All right.
That'll be sick, man. Like a big interactive map of the whole of Melbourne.
It would be fun, eh?
Is that Is that the plan?
It is, and I guess, ideally there'd be like a small bio, but like maybe a track sample as well, and then you'd be able to kind of see like, north, south, east, west, where people are from.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Ellie J, appreciate you following me. Big ups. Thank you so much, my dude. All right, so we got Dexter there on the map. Now we need to add a track to this massive Spotify playlist I've got, which currently has over an hour and a half, 5.5 hours worth of tracks of
5.5.
Yeah, of Melbourne and Melbourne adjacent kind of artists, mainly around hip hop, but not all 100%. So, if you got a track that you reckon we might be able to hit up there on the Spotify,
Just like any Melbourne track.
yeah, I feel like that would be great.
Let me have a scroll through.
Yeah, have a little scroll.
Hang on. There's so much good music in Melbourne, bro.
Yeah, it's we're really spoiled for choice, and that's the whole reason why I want to do something like this, because it's like there's so much good shit.
Yeah, literally.
And even if somebody just comes across the playlist and they're like, damn, that's all they need to know is that playlist, really, at the end of the day. And they can come here for a bit more of, an insight to some of the artists, but oof, I got your music sorted.
Exactly, man. All right. I'm going to go.
Talk to me.
I'm going to go.
I added your Sugar and Rainbows track to it today.
Oh, thanks, bro. That's one of my favorite songs, actually, that I've done.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I felt that too. I haven't listened to your full catalog, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more on the way. But yeah, that definitely felt good, man.
Thanks, bro. I'll put.
It's tough, isn't it?
Winter Velvet by Loose Bricks. Shout outs Loose Bricks.
Cool. All right, bam. Add to playlist. Added. Winter Velvet. There it is. We fucking did it, Jimmy.
We did it.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to reverse the interview on me. If you got any questions, for me before I let you go on this fine day.
Man, I suck at coming up with questions, bro. You never think of them. It's like when someone says, "Oh, what have you been listening to?" And I'm like, "I've been listening to so much, but I cannot think of anything right now."
All
Put
right.
on the spot for the question.
How about I'll give you a crash course on generic questions you can ask anybody in any context.
Yeah.
So one of them is what's the best idea you've had this week? That's one.
That's a good one.
Another one, which is a kind of a positive one, which is like, what's the highlight of your week so far? Which is, it's Thursday for us, so like I guess there's a few days in there to work with. You don't want to ask somebody what's the highlight of your week on a Monday or Tuesday because they might just like punch you in the throat.
Yeah, punching in nose.
Yeah. What else is good? Another one I've been. This is one I've been using during Hinge conversations. Is like, how many Spotify playlists have you made? Gives me an idea of how weird they get around that. Yeah.
Bro, I've got a. What's your go-to summer track, bro?
Go-to summer track.
Like if you're at the beach, having a couple tins.
I think for me,
sunny.
For me, it would be something that's kind of like a little bit ironic and funny, but also like cinematic. So I would say "Welcome to the Jungle." AC/DC. I feel like that would be the beach jam. Just going back to it.
That's a good choice, bro.
Welcome to the. You've been. It's the first time you've been to the beach in fucking like 10 months or whatever. Everyone's tasty as hell.
Copping the sunburn.
Yeah, that's it. Copping it hard. Those harsh rays. Fucking hell. It's gonna be a nightmare.
I don't miss getting sunburnt, bro.
Me neither, dude.
I'm pretty pasty bloke.
I get
cop it at the beach.
I get smashed. And I like going out and fucking going for a swim and playing frisbee and stuff, but I really need somebody to lather me all the way, otherwise it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Get that 50 plus.
That's it. All right, Jimmy. Well, I appreciate you joining me today on Grounded. Before I completely let you go, just a call out to our sponsors. We've got a brand new sponsor for this show. Can you believe it? It's actually Wrath. Wrath Music, one of the local producers and go-getters out here. Wrath is based in Melbourne, but is currently offering some very reasonable mixing and mastering services. So $150 for mixing and mastering. There'll be some revisions in that. What I've got right now, I'm bringing up a QR code on the screen that if you scan, it'll just take you straight through to a contact form to talk to Wrath and mention that I sent him to you, and we can all grow our shit together. But I definitely recommend him. You don't have to be based in Melbourne. You can do this remotely. I would trust this dude with my best stem in town. So get amongst it. Jimmy, thanks again.
Shout out
Wrath. Thanks again for coming. Any final words to the people?
Stay safe, and I'll see you at gigs soon. Hopefully.
Fuck oath. Love
Fingers crossed. And yeah, thanks for having me, bro. It's been a pleasure.
You're most welcome. I'm sure we'll catch you again on here in the future. It's been nice. I feel like we've only turned over a very small pebble of the of the bed of rocks that is Jimmy Harwood. Fucking love your work, mate. We'll talk soon.
Catch you, bro.
Ciao. Bye.